Hello everyone, welcome to the course Manipulated Robotics lab course. So today we are going to see the third experiment. The third experiment is about how to derive a transformation matrix for a standard manipulators. Okay, so already we have learned how to draw the workspace for standard manipulators, and the second exercise is if any robot or if any joint is undergone various transformations, how to represent the transformation of the robot. Transformation means orientation plus translation is transformation. Okay, so generally robot transformation means robot transformation robot transformation means that is equal, this is the equation. One is orientation plus translation. So this is transformation of any robot. Okay, so this orientation is represented in rotation matrix. This translation is represented in a vector, position vector. So orientation means we need 3 cross 3 matrix. So 3 cross 3 matrix. So 3 cross 3 matrix, and the translation is 3 cross 1 matrix. Okay, so 3 cross 1 matrix. Okay, totally this robot transformation order of the matrix is 4 cross 4. 4 cross 4. Okay, so this is the order of the matrix. So robot transformation means it should be represented in 4 cross 4. In this 3 cross 3, the first 3 cross 3 represents orientation. The next one 3 cross 1, this is the fourth column, I can say. So this occupies first 3 rows, first 3 columns. This occupies the last column, first 3 rows, and then the last row is 0 0 0 1. Okay, that is to make up a square matrix. So robot transformation matrix is like this. So now we are going to see how we are going to get the robot transformation matrix for any standard robot. Okay, so in that the first robot is Cartesian coordinate robot or Cartesian manipulator or rectangular manipulator. We know that Cartesian manipulator means it has only 3 prismatic. So the 3 joints are given 3, 4, 7. Then directly put it into the matrix. So here the first 3 rows and columns says there is no rotation. Rotation means it is an identity matrix. And since it is a prismatic, it moves in x direction. X means 3 directions it has moved, and y direction is 4 meters or 4 inches, 4 units, and the z1 is 7. That's it. You put all these 3 in the matrix and you can say this is the homogeneous transformation matrix for a Cartesian manipulator. So you can easily say whenever you buy a Cartesian manipulator, its transformation matrix will be like this. Only how far it is moved, so that will be listed over here. Others are one and ones and zeros. Okay, so this is for Cartesian manipulator. The next one is for cylindrical. In cylindrical, we know that 1 rotation and 1 rotation, so that rotation is in z direction. Okay, let us see the sequence. So the sequence is first linear movement, translation in x-axis. So x-axis, let's say r, and then there is no movement in y-axis, there is no movement in z-axis. So close it. Okay, and then the next one is this one, rotation about z-axis. So z comma, let's say the angle as alpha. Okay, alpha. Okay, next one is again translation along x-axis, sorry, z-axis. So x-axis 0, y-axis 0, and then z-axis, let's say a. So when you combine these 3 transformations, you will get cylindrical robot. Okay, so if you want to get cylindrical robot, or if you want to check what is the transformation matrix of the cylindrical robot, means you have to do these 3 transformations. So let's see that. So here we are going to use SymPy but not NumPy, because NumPy is only for matrix operation. SymPy is for algebraic calculation. See, for example, if you have cos square theta plus sin square theta, But if you apply numpy, it will say cos square plus sin square only. But simpy means it will say 1. So this symbolic or this simplification that will be easily carried out in SymPy. So that's why SymPy is used for algebraic calculations. So SymPy as SP. Then we have to symbolically give the symbols like R for R and alpha for alpha, A for A. So these are the variables which is undergone rotation or translation that has to be symbolically represented like this. Okay. Then first thing is translation along x-axis. That's why see x-axis you have R value, no value in y-axis, no value in zero. I mean z-axis, and then this first 3 cross 3 matrix, it is unity matrix or identity matrix because there is no orientation, there is no rotation. Okay. Second one is rotation about z-axis. So you know the formula 0 0 1, like then cos alpha, sin alpha, cos alpha. The next one is again translation. So translation is along z-axis. So in z-axis you have a other values of 0. Then this represents there is no rotation, only translation. That's all. So now we have to do the equation. So what is the first equation? First, the first thing is, or if you want, see from here also we can say, already I told you, if you want to look forward, it's a current frame. If you want to look backward, it is a reference frame. So it is a z-axis movement, then x-axis movement, then z-axis rotation. So these are the things. You should not change this order. Then accordingly, so this P print is called as pretty print. Okay, so that your output will be this, like this line. Then use Unicode, means it will be like this. Otherwise, it will be in a different format. For that purpose, this is for presentation. So if you want, you can display. So the display will be like this. So if you multiply all these, so this is the transformation matrix for a cylindrical robot. Okay, if someone asks you, or if a client is approaching you and saying that please use cylindrical robot, but my robot should reach this position, x position should be like x is 5, y is 10, and then there is z is okay, let's say here. Okay, so I'm saying that, okay, the client is saying that my robot should reach, or 5, okay, x5, and then this y is 7, and then z equal to 3. Okay, so let's say 4. Okay, so you are saying that my robot, my cylindrical robot, should reach the point x equal to 5 and y equal to 7, z equal to 4. Okay, what you do is, first you should know the matrix, then you have to compare. So this A is replaced by 4 because you have given z is 4. So this is 4. Okay, then you have to find out R value. So how will you find R value? For that, first you have to find the alpha. So for this, what is the rule? So here R cos alpha equal to, so you have to check this x is replaced by R cos alpha. So why I am saying so? Because in a transformation matrix, this R cos alpha, R into, we'll put R into cos alpha. Okay, so in a transformation matrix, the last column is for translation. This says x value, this says y value, this says z value. So z value here straight away we can say this is equivalent to A. Okay, so z value is known to you. Okay, then the x value is R cos alpha. R cos alpha means R cos alpha equal to 5. Okay, this is given. Okay, next y is R sin alpha. Okay, so this is R sin alpha, R into sin alpha. Okay, so now how will you find the variables? Means, so this is z value is known to you, A value is known to you. Okay, then if you take the ratio of this, you will get alpha, because alpha equal to arc tan of, so we'll define the, what's the alpha formula? Alpha equal to arc tan 2 of, okay, sin value. Okay, sin value is, the entire thing is 7, so 7 comma 5. Okay, so in the normal calculator you can put tan inverse of 7 by 5, you will get one value, that value is alpha. Okay, that alpha value you can substitute over here and you will get the R value. So like this, if any client is approaching you, they're saying that you have to use cylindrical robot and this is our final value, means accordingly you have to find out the values. So what are the values you have to find? You have to find R value, you have to find alpha value and A value. Okay, then make sure that you have to operate the robot with this corresponding values. If you do that, automatically your robot will point this one line, that is x equal to 5, y equal to 7, z equal to 4. So this is how it works. Okay, so next comes the articulated manipulator. So here, one second. So the question is translation. So it is a polar manipulator. So this is for polar manipulator. So you have to derive the polar manipulator transformation matrix. Okay, you have to derive. So we all know that for this you have 2 rotations and 1 translation. So for that you have to define as usual the same whatever you have followed for the before. So theta phi, because 2 rotations and 1 translation moment. So that rotation is in z axis. Okay, another rotation is in y axis, another movement is in z axis. So you can define the matrix, then multiply the matrix. So first one is translation, then yz, then you will get the matrix like this. Okay, so this is the matrix. So this is the easier way to get the homogeneous matrix. So small gist is, what is homogeneous transformation matrix? The homogeneous transformation matrix will tell you where are you, or where is your robot, or where is the robot particular joint, or where is the robot frame. Where means it will say the orientation and the translation. Orientation means how far it is oriented, whether it is oriented in x-axis or y-axis or z-axis. Linear movement, how far it is moved, whether it is in x direction it is moved or y or z. So this complete information will be given by a homogeneous transformation matrix. So we did homogeneous transformation matrix for the standard manipulators, because for the standard manipulators the transformations are same only. So with this, I mean, if any client is approaching, accordingly you can design the robot and give it to them based on this. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.